Sure, you've probably seen bears and glaciers before, but have you watched a brown bear this close while standing just a few meters away? Or braved a glacier cruise in wild weather that takes you closer to nature than you'd ever imagine? This is Alaska. Join me on this unforgettable day trip from Anchorage as I share the thrilling moments that made this adventure one to remember. It's coming up. Good morning, fellow travelers. This is Ken and welcome to the channel Ken Travels 360. After an incredible visit to Denali National Park, we've got a couple of days to explore the Anchorage area before we set sail on our Alaska cruise from Whittier on Royal Princess. So this morning, we picked up a rental car and we're hitting the road. We're taking one of the most scenic drives in Alaska, heading towards Seward along the Seward Highway. This road hugs the coast of Turnagain Arm, and the views here are nothing short of spectacular. Our plan today is to visit the Portage Glacier, as well as Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. But first, let's kick things off at Beluga Point, our first stop just outside Anchorage. Beluga Point gets its name because it's one of the best places to see beluga whales. The backdrop is dominated by towering, rugged mountains of the Chugach Range, and right in front of us is the vast waters of Turnagain Arm. Well, it's really windy here at Beluga Point. I just tried to launch my drone, but the wind was so strong it practically yanked the drone away the moment it was up. I had to lower the altitude immediately and use every bit of its power to steer it back, fighting the wind all the way. I did manage to bring it back, thankfully, and land it safely, but you could see in the footage how even the gimbal struggled to keep up with the sideways movement. Right, we're now at the second stopping point, which is called the Bird Point. Here is another place we could spot belugas. The weather has got even worse now. Not only is the wind strong, but it's also raining. So there's definitely no flying drones here. Well, after the beautiful sunshine in the last few days in Denali National Park, now we have the real Alaska weather. Really windy and very rainy as well. Yeah. On our way back, the weather was a lot better, and we stopped here again. But unfortunately, we still didn't manage to spot any belugas. Apparently, they are spotted here mostly in the late summer, in August, when they chase and feed on salmon in the upper Cook Inlet. They also don't breach like other whale species, so it's actually quite difficult to spot them. The views here are magnificent though. Anyway, let's move on to our first main attraction, Portage Glacier. And the best way to see the face of this mighty Alaska glacier is to join a cruise across Portage Lake. The cruise is run by Gray Line, and you get a full tour narrated by the US Forest Service. If you want to join this cruise, make sure you get your tickets at the visitor center first, and then you can drive down to the pier to board. The lady selling the ticket was telling us that the weather is gonna get worse, that it will be windier and probably rainier. Well, in any case, we bought the ticket for the next cruise at 12. Now, you can get some pretty good views of Portage Lake from the road, but you can't actually see the glacier's face because it's hidden behind the mountains. So this boat tour is really the only way to get up close to it. We're now on MV Ptarmigan, the only boat that will take you close to the glacier. It's got an enclosed, heated lower cabin, which was perfect for the crazy weather we had. The glacier's history is pretty amazing too. Portage Glacier was named back in the 1800s by Thomas Mendenhall. You know, the same guy who's got the famous glacier in Juneau named after him. About 100 years ago, Portage Glacier used to fill what's now Portage Lake, but it's been retreating a lot over the last century, like most glaciers around here. The ranger from the US Forest Service gave us some great info along the way, explaining how glaciers are formed, how they move, and all that. When the boat got within 300 feet of the glacier's face, we all headed upstairs for the unobstructed view. It's just too amazing to miss. Right, we just arrived at Portage Glacier and it's raining hard here. It's really beautiful. They say that when it is cloudy, it actually brings out the blueness inside the glacier. But yeah, I do wish we had blue sky, but still, look at that. It was beautiful, but it's really bad weather today. With the Portage Glacier cruise behind us, it's time to jump back in the car and make our way to the next adventure. Well, we have now come to the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. Here, you can walk, cycle, or drive around a 1.5-mile trail where you will see wildlife. After paying our admission, we got a map in hand. There's a lot to explore here. Since it's raining non-stop, we decided that we'll drive around and hop out wherever the animals caught our interest. We started with a few caribou, some wolves, and a few coyotes hanging out in their enclosures. Caribou might look calm, but they are fast movers out in the wild. The wolves and coyote are a bit shy, but it's amazing to see these powerful predators up close, especially knowing how elusive they can be in Alaska's wilderness. In addition to big animals, they also have birds here, like owls and eagles.
Well, here we've got an eagle called Adonis. He arrived here in 1995. He was found near a remote village in Alaska and had been shot. His left wing required full amputation.
As you can see, this place isn't just a spot to see wildlife. It's also dedicated to rescuing and protecting animals that can't make it on their own in the wild. We finally found the black bear. Look. Oh, this is worth the admission already. Well, here's the black bear, hanging out behind a huge fence. Now, the fence doesn't make filming easy, but it's necessary. These bears are much stronger and more agile than they look, and they can be a real threat if they feel threatened or cornered. It's nice to see them safely, knowing both sides are protected. Well, there are lots of elks here, and they make a very funny noise. That. Now, this is the real highlight of the visit, the brown bears. There's quite a few here, and getting to see them so close is amazing. Oh, here we got 3 big brown bears, and one is actually swimming over there. They've got plenty of space to roam here, and the center keeps them well fed with fish, meat, and an occasional treat. Watching them roam brings home just how powerful and impressive they are. So now we are on a boardwalk and you can see bisons in the distance. but also there's a bear there. It's playing with a stick. It's looking so cute. Maybe not as cute as the bear swimming earlier. And while you're here, make sure you take a stroll on the Turn Again Arm Scenic Boardwalk too. Here, you get sweeping views of the rugged Chugach Mountains and the vast waters of the Turn Again Arm stretching out in front of you. It's a perfect spot to appreciate the sheer scale of Alaska's landscape. And if you're lucky enough to visit in the late summer, you might even catch a glimpse of belugas. And last but not least, the bison. The center's been working hard to reintroduce these iconic animals back into the wild. And seeing them up close, you can see why they're such a huge part of Alaska's history. They're massive, powerful, and somehow peaceful all at once. Overall, visiting the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center was an absolute highlight of this day trip. Getting up close with so many incredible animals, especially those bronze bears, was an experience I won't soon forget. But now, it's time to continue our drive. Well, we are on our way, driving to Seward, and halfway, the sun has come out. It's magnificent. I couldn't imagine the sunshine today, but it has come out, so I've just flown the drone. Really nice. That was a really welcome break. But now it's time to continue our journey down to Seward, where we'll be staying tonight. Tomorrow, we'll be heading out on a canine fjord tour, and I can't wait to bring you along as we search for whales and get even closer to some stunning glaciers. I'll be sharing that experience in my next Alaska video, so if you're up for more Alaska adventure, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. Thanks for joining us on this wild day, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao for now.